that's just ludicrous. I would never vote to have endless war, because that is not fiscally responsible to have endless war. Those are the ideas that I would take, and the honesty that I learned from my parents, I would definitely do if I ever ran for office. I'm never going to say that I won't ever run for office, but I love doing medicine. I love doing things with my kids, playing sports and things like that would be hard if I ended up in Washington. But that thing in the back of my head that keeps making me go, but, is when Ron Paul tells you, if you know what's wrong and you do nothing, then you're part of the problem. So for right now, I'm going to keep working with you guys. I'm going to keep working locally. I'm going to keep working to spread the message as much as we can. I'm going to talk to people. But I think running for Senate is probably not going to happen this time. But I never say never. My dad says that all the time. He never says never. But I will be glad to do things when y'all get things organized and want me to do anything. I'll be glad to come up. As a UNT Health Science Center grad, I feel comfortable coming up here. I came up here during I came up here during the campaign too. In 2007 or 2008 I came up. We had a really good crowd that night also. And it's a lot of fun talking to young people because I think y'all have a really good outlook. Who's getting this debt? It's not going to be me. It's going to be you guys. You guys are getting the debt. Y'all are going to have to pay for it for years and years and years. So it's you guys that need to get involved. If I can help just by getting people excited because I have the name of Paul, I'd love to get you guys excited to do things. It's very, very important that we do stay involved. It's very important that we continue to talk to people. And question and answers are not my forte, but I'll take questions and see if I can come up with any good answers. All right, sounds good.
I guess I'll just ask that if you preface your question, try to keep it under a minute. If it goes on too long, I will have to cut you off. We've had problems with that before. So I'll let you go ahead and call on people at this time.
Go ahead.
I was kind of thinking about in regards to investment banks in kind of a post-Waxman-Stevel world. What do you think would be the proper way to redress billions of dollars taken from the taxpayer to bail out government programs and large investment groups? And my second question to that would be, what role do you think banks should have in regards to the assets and the savings that consumers place in them? Do you think that they should be able to lump them into collateralized debt obligations and use
I don't know
them
the
as a
answer.
gamble?
I don't know the answer. The answer is we should have never done it in the first place. I know that's not the answer you want. But we should get our money back somehow, and I don't know how to do that. I'm not even going to sit up here and try to tell you I know how to do that. Rand probably could tell you, and my dad could probably tell you, but I don't have that answer. I just don't know. I'm just not going to sit here and tell you I know what I don't know.
But generally, you would be opposed to using assets for large investment firms and to essentially gamble on derivatives.
I don't want them to have our money and do anything with it that's dangerous. We need to get our money back. Sell the companies and give us the money back. I don't know if that's a great answer, but that's the answer. The answer is those companies should have been allowed to go under. So if they've been propped up by taxpayers, sell the companies, sell everything they've got, and give the money back to you guys, because it's our money. So I don't want them doing anything with our money. I'd let them go under. I wouldn't let them. I'd make them sell everything they've got, and I would give the money back to the taxpayers. I don't know if that's the right answer, but that's the answer I've got for you right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So you're a doctor. You're in the healthcare industry. So tell us all what you think should be done. What's wrong with the current healthcare bill, just from your perspective. And
Oh gosh.
things that should be done to fix it.
I think healthcare is just like, believe it or not, it's just like any other business. If you don't have incentive, you're not going to work hard. I don't care what it is. I've heard things about the Canadian system where doctors meet their quota and they just leave for 3 months. They don't have surgeons in that town for 3 months. They have to ship them 1,500 miles to get it. So you have to have incentive. Incentive also drives prices down. Rand always likes to talk about the eye surgeries that are cash pay and how they've come down dramatically every single year. When people pay cash for something and there's competition, it comes down. the thing that I deal with a little bit in my office is bariatric surgeries for weight loss. 5 years ago it was $20,000. Now it's $9,000. Well, it's a little under 10. And that's $10,000 in a short period of time because there's competition and there's a lot of people wanting to do it. If you take the competition out of medicine, you're going to get worse medicine. People aren't going to. There would be a little transition because right now you have a lot of people that still care about doing good medicine. And I think they will still want to do good medicine because doctors like to help people. But the problem is if you take, I see it even in some of the, I'm not going to specifically say certain systems, but maybe the VA, maybe the state-run systems. They don't have as much incentive to work, and therefore the system, they're a little bit lazier, it's a little bit harder to get in, it's a little bit, instead of seeing, look, if you did it to me and told me you're only going to make so much, instead of, I see about 25 patients a day, which is a pretty good day for me. I might see 10. I do a really good job. If that 15 that I'm not seeing, what if I had a little bit of heart failure that I needed to tweak some medicine? So anything that gets to be managed care, you're going to have problems. Whether you manage it by big business or whether you manage it by a government entity or anything, you're going to get worse care in the long run. I think in the rollover period, maybe like a 5 to 10 year window, you might get some benefit of a managed care system, but eventually the care is going to go down and people are going to wait in lines forever to get treated. So that's a great question, and it doesn't work. Third, as long as you have a third-party payer paying for something, the prices go up. Because if you don't care what the price is and I don't care what the price is, I'm just going to charge more because I want to make more money.
Yeah, because I once saw John Stossel do a great special on that on 2020 where he compared it, like, what if everyone had grocery insurance?
Right.
They'd be going and buying filet mignon and not shopping around.
Back to the coercion idea, though. I give free medicine in my office when people can't pay me. I take care of them because that's what I do and that's what I want to do. But nobody's coercing me to do that. If you coerce somebody to give free health care, then it just doesn't work. People don't get good health care because people don't care as much. I give free health care when I think it's needed, and I do it, many times. And it's because I choose to. Health care is not a right. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody has the right to buy work for free, and it is my work. That's my job. And so I should be allowed to make money for it. And I should be allowed to give it up for free when I want to give it up. And, I think you could fix healthcare. I think healthcare could be fixed with medical savings accounts to a certain extent, buying major medical plans to cover catastrophic illness, and letting each person go to the doctor they like and say, okay, this is how much I've got to pay you, can you work with me here? Can we do it? I think prices would come down with competition. Prices go up with no competition, and that's what you have. As long as you have a third-party payer paying for health insurance, the prices go up. I don't know who's first. Go ahead.
I'm sure I have to leave right at this question. I don't want to but I do have a quick question. I think a crucial mistake that a lot of Americans make when they're electing congressmen and senators is they don't focus on foreign affairs, even though that the Senate has a really important role in that. Can you speak at all as to your stance on the United States involving the Middle East and North Africa right now?
Yeah, it's real easy. I don't want to be there at all. I don't want to be there for any reason whatsoever. I want to trade with them. They've got oil. I want to trade. They want to sell it. I don't want to have any troops on the ground there. I don't want to have any influence in picking governments. I don't want to have CIA hunting people down and shooting people. I don't want anybody telling them how to live and live their lives. There's pretty basic data that says that 9/11 happened because we've been over there telling them what to do. Nobody likes to hear that. Then they start to say that you're unpatriotic and you don't support every little thing that goes on over there. But I may be the most anti-war Paul you could ever meet. Rand said it good the other day. He said we shouldn't go to war ever unless a senator or a congressman is willing to go or he's willing to send his kids first. I don't think you should ever go to war unless you're ready to go. And that means all of us in this room. We shouldn't have a war. The United States shouldn't be a war anywhere for any reason unless every one of us is ready to go. And if they don't, If we're not ready to go, then that's why the House is supposed to declare war. If you don't like what your House member does, they're elected every 2 years, and we're supposed to elect somebody else if we don't like the war. Just drives me kind of crazy that Obama was the peace candidate. He was for peace. How many wars has he got now? We're in Pakistan, we're in Afghanistan, we were 50,000 people still in Iraq, and now we're bombing Libya. He's not the peace candidate. In some of my speeches, I told people that. He wasn't the peace candidate in 2008. He's still not the peace candidate now. They're all big government people up there. We need more people like my dad, my brother, and Mike Lee from Utah, and there's some more other good ones out there that are ready to bring back government, and part of it is bring back foreign aid and foreign intervention. And it's not, I think we're more isolated now with our foreign policy than we would be if we would just trade with people and quit shooting them. I want to trade with as many people that will trade with me, and I don't want to shoot them. I don't want to shoot anybody. So that's my foreign policy. That's pretty basic. Again, I'm a pretty basic type of person. So.